This is breaking news from Fox 25.
In just the last 2 hours, a jury reaches a verdict in the case of Alton Nolan.
Nolan has been found guilty of murder after beheading a co-worker at a Moore food plant in 2014.
Fox 25's Caroline Vandergriff has been in the courtroom all day and was there when that verdict came down. Caroline.
There was visible reaction in the courtroom from the victim's family and from the woman who survived that attack. It's been a long trial with gruesome and graphic testimony, but it only took the jury about 2 hours to return a guilty on all 6 counts verdict. Now, there never was any doubt really in this case that Alton Nolan committed these crimes. The case was centered around whether he was sane at the time. In emotional closing arguments, prosecutors tore apart the testimony of the defense's psychologist who testified Nolan was mentally ill when he beheaded Colleen Hufford. The defense was hoping for a not guilty by reason of insanity verdict, ultimately did not convince the jurors of that. The Cleveland County District Attorney says he was pleased the 8 men and 4 women of the jury were quick to find Nolan guilty.
Especially after all the evidence that they've heard, you don't know how long it's going to be, but certainly I was glad that they were able to see it that quickly and come back with a verdict.
Now the trial will move into the penalty phase. The same jury will sentence him on the 5 counts of assault and then decide whether he will receive the death penalty. That's when we'll likely hear from the victim's daughter. She's expected to give a victim impact statement. Reporting live in Cleveland County, I'm Caroline Vandergriff, Fox 25 News.
Caroline, thank you. Speaking of, Colleen Hufford's daughter, Kelly, did release a statement in response to the verdict. This was just moments ago.
It says in part, all of us now hope for a swift sentencing process, concluding with the death penalty for this killer. None of this will ever bring my mother back to us, but there is a greater sense of closure as justice continues to be administered and our family embraces the healing process.
And coming up in just about 10 minutes, we do have new details about the future of the building where Alton Nolan carried out his crimes.
We've got your back with why hundreds of employees who work there are now without a job. All new at 5, in just the last few hours, Russell Westbrook makes it official. He is staying in Oklahoma City. He signed an extension today to stay on with the Thunder.
This is a decision fans have been eagerly awaiting, and we know that many of you are very, 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 very excited about this. Fox 25 Sports Director Myron Patton joins us now with how long Russ is actually going to stick around. You're excited too.
Yeah, thought it was coming, glad it happened. And to answer your question, Mike, Russ is going to be in Oklahoma City for the next 6 seasons. The extension he signed today is the longest he could sign, so it's safe to say he's true to his word when he said this is the place he wanted to be. The contract he signed today is a 5-year extension worth $205 million. Add the $28 million he's set to receive for this season, and Russ will make at least $233 million over the next 6 seasons. That's guaranteed. It's the richest contract guaranteed in the NBA history. Westbrook is a 6-time All-Star, 2-time All-Star MVP, and the reigning NBA MVP. Now, how this affects guys like Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, who both can opt out of their contract after the season, it's not known. But it does send a signal to them that one of the world's best players is here for the long haul. And it's probably a boost to smaller market teams that you can keep your star players on your team. Russell Westbrook's time in Oklahoma City is proving that it's how you play, not where you play, and determining how much star power you can generate. He's definitely one of the top stars in the world.
All right, Myron, thank you. Take a look at this. We pulled up Russell Westbrook's Instagram account. He shared this photo just moments after that announcement today. The caption on the photo simply says, "Why not?"
Coming up at 5:30, Fox 25's Jennifer Falsetti is out hearing from you, getting fan reaction to this big news, so stick with us.
Fox 25's Chief Meteorologist Jeff George has your storm watch forecast now. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. We still have rain passing through parts of southern and northwest Oklahoma. Oklahoma City right now, no rain is in the forecast, but down to the south, if you look down here in south central parts of the state, from Ardmore into Sulphur and Ada, we have some light to moderate rain, also some light showers and drizzly spots over here to the southwest. Again, the metro, no rain right now. We were We are dry. We will stay that way all evening. Northwest Oklahoma, some moderate to heavier showers, but as you can see, this batch of rain will soon be in Kansas over the next few hours. So between 8 and 9 o'clock this evening, whatever showers we have out west and down south will mostly disappear. Southwest, a few passing showers later on this evening too. So for high school football in Oklahoma City, temperatures will be mostly in the 70s, very mild. Again, rain chances west and south. Tonight down to 59 degrees, a nice normal fall night. It gets hotter real soon. October may start off pretty wet. We will talk about the hottest days and wettest days on your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Jeff, thank you. We do have breaking news from Washington right now. Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price has resigned. The White House says President Trump has accepted his resignation. Price has been under fire for spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxpayer money for trips on private jets. Now, on Thursday, Price said that he would pay back part of those travel expenses. He wrote a check for nearly $52,000. Dawn J. Wright, Deputy Assistant Secretary for Health and Human Services, is expected to serve as acting secretary effective at midnight.
New tonight, an Oklahoma City police officer is on leave after shooting at a suicidal woman. It happened on Wednesday near Southwest 89th and May. Police say the woman was inside a car with a gun, threatening to shoot herself. When the woman got out of the car, Officer Derek Rawson fired a shot and missed. Another officer used a beanbag shotgun to knock the woman to the ground. Officer Rawson is now on leave during the investigation.
And right now an investigation is underway after a lineman was electrocuted and killed. The Cordell City Administrator tells Fox 25 Christopher Landers was working on a high voltage power line when it happened Tuesday morning. City officials say they have reported the incident to the state, which is now investigating.
New at 5, Oklahoma getting a boost for charter schools of $16.5 million. It's federal money aimed at expanding charter schools across the state. The money will be distributed over the next 5 years. The grant will be focused on serving disadvantaged students in our state and creating more education options. Right now, Oklahoma has nearly 30 charter schools. We've got your back tonight with how the special session at the Capitol is affecting government employees.
Yeah, they say the longer it goes on, the worse it's going to get for state workers. Right now, lawmakers are in recess, but Monday they'll be back at work trying to close the state's $215 million budget deficit. That's because the state Supreme Court ruled a $1.50 tax on cigarettes unconstitutional. Well, now the Public Employees Association tells Fox 25 workers are frustrated and they're angry.
Our employees can't understand why legislators can't come together and raise enough revenue so we don't have to keep cutting. If all the legislature does is go in there and patch that hole due to the cigarette money, we're going to be in the same position next year.
To help. Both Republicans and Democrats say they will continue to try and work out a compromise specifically on the cigarette and fuel tax. But if they don't, agencies like the Health Department might not see any funds until 2019.
Right now, the Oklahoma City Fire Department has a new leader. Richard Kelly is replacing the former fire chief, Keith Bryant. Bryant is now the U.S. Fire Administrator with FEMA. Richard Kelly has been with the department for 26 years. He graduated from Moore High School and is now attending OSU OKC to earn a bachelor's in emergency responder administration.
New details tonight about the school bus driver killed in a crash in Ada. Fox 25 has learned Jackie Cooper is the man who died. Officials say he had a medical episode, went unconscious, and then veered into a house on Wednesday. He had driven the special needs bus for Ada schools for 11 years. There were 3 students who were on the bus. They are all okay.
New details right now from Tulsa. Police there say a man charged in the beating death of a teen is the father of the victim's girlfriend. Fox 25 has learned that woman is pregnant. The body of Anthony Petrizak was found early yesterday morning. Detectives say the woman asked her dad and another man to beat up her boyfriend because he had been beating her. Now, Durrell Peel and Tracy Price are facing murder charges.
And right now, special agents are on high alert for 2 missing Palomino horses.
The Department of Agriculture tells Fox 25 they are investigating 2 theft cases involving the same breed. Fox 25's Sharday Gray caught up with the owner in this most recent case.
A $5,000 7-year-old Palomino horse similar to this one right here named Willow was taken in the middle of the night, and now the family is asking for your help to bring him back. Trained to be the head horse for rodeo shows, Colton Story says his 7-year-old Palomino named Wicked was taken.
He was really coming around, really becoming a really nice horse, and well, now he's missing, so we just need to get him back.
Police reports show Story fed the horse Monday night and noticed it was gone Tuesday morning near I-44 and Hogback Road. Story tells Fox 25 he's left with one Palomino horse named Willow, who he says was just as shocked to find out Wicked was gone.
That's her buddy. That's her running buddy, and she wouldn't even move. She was just standing out in the middle of the pasture with her head hanging. It was raining. She wouldn't even go into the trees. She was just standing.
Story says the horse has never walked away or had been let out before. Police reports show the fence of the corral where the horses were kept appeared to be stepped on, allowing the horse to get out.
The fence appeared to have been tampered with. It was laying down. It was a little bit slack already, but it was actually, it looked like it had been pulled down so that the horse could get through.
Special agents with the Department of Agriculture tell Fox 25 this story sounds all too familiar. August 14th, a different Palomino horse was reported stolen near I-35 and Wilshire. They say the fence was cut down or stepped on as well. That horse hasn't been found either. But this horse, Wicked, has a star on his forehead, a little bit of white going down his nose, and has a small patch of white on his back leg towards his hoof, standing about 16 hands.
That's my buddy. You know, I put a lot of time and effort into him, and, you know, it'd be nice to have him back.
Oklahoma City Police as well as the family need your help in finding the horse very similar to this one right here named Willow. If you have any information about where that horse might be, call police. In Northeast Oklahoma City, Sade Gray, Fox 25 News.
Now, special agents tell Fox 25 ranchers should be mindful of suspects who could potentially cut down their fence. In fact, they're suggesting that they set up game cameras near their fences to capture anything that happens. Just ahead, Fox 25 is in Texas helping out the victims of Hurricane Harvey.
We've got a look at what happened when crews delivered all of the goods you donated that will help hundreds of people get back on their feet.
Plus, the food plant where Alton Nolan beheaded his co-worker made a big announcement today. We've got your back with why hundreds of people are losing their jobs and what is next for the company.
And we'll help you make some weekend outdoor plans and when it gets hotter and wetter next week. Your Storm Watch forecast is next.
The generosity of Oklahomans being felt tonight in Port Arthur, Texas. We asked for your donations for weeks. You certainly stepped up.
And this morning, Fox 25 was there as a truckload of items arrived for those still suffering from Hurricane Harvey. Good Day OK's Jasmine Anderson is in Port Arthur now. Jasmine.
The truck arrived here at the warehouse at 7 a.m. and then it was unloading time. You can see behind me those volunteers passing out the donations that you at home made possible.
Without a doubt, the Oklahoma Standard could be felt in Port Arthur, Texas.
We appreciate the fact that they're helping out our local citizens.
Adam Saunders runs operations at this warehouse and says they've received countless donations, but they really need specific items.
Cleaning supplies is our biggest thing that we're lacking.
And our truck did just that after an 8-hour drive from Oklahoma. Pallets of cleaning supplies, along with baby items, mattresses, and furniture.
And the generosity just shows that that need is still here and we're able to actually meet it.
Workers created a makeshift assembly line and placed donations in every car for 5 hours straight. And that wouldn't be possible without your help. Mission accomplished, Oklahoma.
If you weren't able to donate, it's okay. There's still plenty of time to do that. The Salvation Army here was completely destroyed and they need all the help they can get. I'll have that P.O. box information on our website. Reporting in Port Arthur, Jasmine Anderson, Fox 25 News.
New at 5, the plant where Alton Nolan committed his murder has announced that it is closing, and this means 367 employees will soon be out of a job.
Fox 25's Will Metzold has got your back, sharing where employees can get help finding a new job.
We learned the plant here and more will close in December, and economic experts say if you're affected, to start looking for a new job now, so you aren't left with nowhere to go when the time comes. The news of the Fresh Creative Foods plant closing down is a tough one for the city of Moore. Deidre Ebrey, the Economic Development Director of the city, says the facility has played a big role.
And it's devastating, you know, and I've never had that news given to me, but I can only imagine what that would feel like. And so it's terrible news for those individuals, especially those that I'm sure have a long tenure with that company.
All of the employees are expected to lose their jobs as of December 1st. Ebrey says it's important that the employees work on their resume and look out for upcoming job fairs they could attend. There's a job fair at the Norman Public Library next Wednesday and in Oklahoma City in Bricktown on October 13th.
I think that job opportunities are going to make themselves known to these employees, and my hope is that a lot will actually maybe get a job that's better than the one they currently have.
A representative from the company released a statement to Fox 25 regarding the closure. They say this was a difficult decision and one made only after careful consideration. We are grateful to the men and women at the Moore, Oklahoma plant for their service and are committed to supporting their transition, whether it is continued employment at one of our other facilities, training assistance, or other job placement aid. Ebrey says she wants these employees to be ready to jump into a new career after their last day at Fresh Creative Foods.
There's great opportunity, and I just want them to feel encouraged and supported during this process.
The city of Moore says it's confident most of the people that worked at this plant will be able to find new jobs right in the city. In Moore, Will Metzel, Fox 25 News.
Fresh Creative Foods says it will be moving all the production currently in Moore to a new 30,000 square foot facility in the Midwest.
Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're having a real nice day. Most of us are getting partly to mostly cloudy skies all across the state, but down south and out west, we still have some rain coming down. It's mostly on the light side down here in South Central, heading up towards Ada, Sulphur, and Ardmore, all getting rained on. Some light showers to the southwest. We have some moderate rain right now moving through Woodward and Alva, heading into Kansas. Oklahoma City right now seeing dry skies, and it will stay that way this evening. Next big weather maker that will bring a bunch of rain, hopefully, to Oklahoma comes in by the middle of next week. Right now, it's way up to the northwest. So shower chances this evening, west and south, better possibilities with that heavy rain right now heading out of northwest Oklahoma. So again, we are seeing a mix of clouds and sunshine right now as we end your Friday. Temperatures are mostly in the 70s, except out to the west where it has been raining on and off today. Temperatures right now are in the 60s. So in Oklahoma City, we will be in the 70s throughout the evening, 60s by 11 o'clock. Rain again, mainly south and west up until about 8 or 9 o'clock this evening, and then all those shower chances do disappear. Mostly dry skies all across the state tonight. We are heading down into the 50s as we kick off the weekend tomorrow morning and really all throughout the day. Some passing light showers are possible for you folks out west. Better possibilities back into the panhandle. So in Oklahoma City, to start off the last day of September, 50s to about 60. We're going to call that comfortably cool. Mostly cloudy skies. 70s at 11, noon 75 degrees. Pleasantly warm and dry as we head into tomorrow afternoon, but it will be warmer. Highs in the upper 70s to right around 80, nice normal temperatures. Sunday, 81 degrees, keeps on heating up as we head into next week. Monday, 84 degrees, winds pick up on Tuesday, 82, gets warmer and then wetter because you see those shower chances start on Tuesday. They continue into Wednesday, so real good chance of rain and wet weather coming in by Wednesday. Thursday, still a small chance of showers, and you see those temperatures go back down into the 70s and lows mostly in the 60s.
Jeff, thank you. It's almost the start of a new month, which means that some good deals are going to be popping up.
And if you enjoy the outdoors, listen up. We've got your back with why the fall may be the best time to stock up on summer gear.
Plus, a shootout between police and a suspect in eastern Oklahoma leads to a manhunt. Details on what led up to the shots being fired and a look at who is on the run right now.
This is the Fox 25 News at 5.
A new month brings the possibility of new deals. Some big ticket items are usually deeply discounted in October.
Fox 25's Maria Garcia has got your back with those deals. It is tonight's Fox 25 Consumer Watch.
If you're planning a big purchase, the time of year you plan to buy can affect the cost. In October, it's all pumpkin spice latte everything, but warm weather big ticket items are deeply discounted.
Not just warm weather clothing will be on sale. Some early fall styles are often released in the late summertime, so expect to find deals on some things you'll be able to use now and into the Oklahoma winter. Outdoorsmen and women ready to upgrade your camping gear? In October, you are likely to find some good deals, especially when we're talking about lightweight summer gear. Oklahoma fall and winter tend to be mild, so many of these products will still be usable throughout the majority of the year. Lawnmowers and gas grills are still good buys this time of year, according to Consumer Reports. Mattresses are also historically discounted in October. With a purchase of this scale, don't be hasty. Consumer Reports recommends wearing comfy clothes and giving yourself 15 whole minutes of laying on a mattress to see if it's for you. If you're trying out online mattress stores, be familiar with return policies.
Hold off on any appliance or television purchases. These tend to be some of the biggest deals that you'll see during Black Friday in November. Maria Garcia, Fox 25 Consumer Watch.
And we actually get some of our best Consumer Watch ideas from you. So send us your tips. You can either reach out to Maria on Twitter or email us at news@okcfox.com.
And just into the newsroom, Alton Nolan guilty of murder. Here's a live look at the Cleveland County Courthouse right now. Fox 25 has a crew right there, and you're going to hear what happened the moment a jury made its decision. Oklahoma's only local 530 newscast is coming up next. Right now, a manhunt is underway in Adair County. This is after a shootout between police and a suspect. Stillwell police are looking for TJ Kane. OSBI says police were investigating a drive-by shooting at around 5 this morning. When officers spotted the suspect's car, he took off. Kane eventually crashed and then ran from police, shooting at officers along the way. Officers fired back, and they do believe that he was hit.
New tonight, a hearing for a former Tulsa police officer on trial for murder for the 4th time has been delayed. Shannon Kepler is accused of killing his daughter's boyfriend. The case was supposed to be in court today, but the judge is sick. Kepler's attorneys are trying to have the case dismissed. The last 3 trials were ruled mistrials. No word on when that case will be back in court next. New details here at 5. We now know the names of 3 people who died in a car crash in Blaine County. OHP saying Spencer White Eagle was driving last night when he tried to pass a semi in a no passing zone. He swerved to miss an oncoming car, then crashed. 2 passengers inside, Christina White Eagle and Patricia Red Hat, also died. A 4th person in that car, George White Eagle, is still in critical condition right now.
From the Fox 25 studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Fox 25 News at 5:30.
In the last 2 hours, a jury reaches a verdict in the Alton Nolan case.
Nolan has been found guilty of murder after beheading a co-worker at a Moore Foods plant in 2014.
Fox 25's Caroline Vandergriff has been in the courtroom all day. She joins us now telling us about what happened when that verdict came down. Caroline.
Right, and now that the jury has reached that verdict, we move into the second phase of the trial, which will determine whether Alton Nolan will get the death penalty for beheading Colleen Hufford. That's the outcome her daughter wants. There was visible relief in the courtroom when the verdicts came down from her and from the survivor of the attack. Now, there was never any doubt that Alton Nolan committed these crimes. The case centered around whether he was sane at the time. Ultimately, the jury was not convinced by the defense's psychologist who testified Nolan was mentally ill when he beheaded Hufford. It only took them about 2 hours to return a guilty verdict on all 6 counts. The Cleveland County District Attorney says it's all about getting justice for Hufford.
I'm definitely pleased with the outcome thus far. Guilty verdicts on all of our counts, and so at this point in time, we've just got a lot more work to do.
Now, Nolan's defense attorneys did not want to give us any comment after the verdict came down. They will likely turn to the sentencing phase as well, where they will work to spare Nolan's life. Reporting live in Cleveland County, I'm Caroline Vandergriff, Fox 25 News.
New tonight, Thunder fans celebrating the good news about the team's all-star player, Russell Westbrook. Today, he re-signed with the team for an additional 5 years.
Fox 25's Jennifer Falsetti was one of the first people to break the news to many fans around Oklahoma City. She's here in the studio now with that reaction. Jen.
Yeah, Mike and Wendy, some fans didn't even know about it until I told them on the streets. Now, to say they were excited at the thought of the 5 more years of Russell Westbrook, that would be an understatement, although some say they are not all that surprised. News broke this afternoon that Russell Westbrook has signed a 5-year extension with the Oklahoma City Thunder. According to ESPN, Westbrook agreed on a 5-year, $205 million contract with the team. The deal will begin with the 2018-2019 season. This extension allows Westbrook to sign for 35% of the salary cap in 5 additional seasons. This news comes on the heels of several big offseason trades for both PG-13 and Carmelo Anthony. Fans tell me they are not just excited for the season, but for the possibility of a championship.
I was pretty excited because it's going to be a great team, and he's a great player. He's a great team player. And with the other players that we're getting in, it's going to look like it's going to be a really good season.
We got Carmelo and we got Paul George. Yeah, it's over.
You just heard the good news. We're pretty excited to have Russell Westbrook for the foreseeable future.
And training camp for the team kicked off on Tuesday. Their season begins October 19th right here at the Peak against the New York Knicks. Another thing worth noting here that fans also discussed, this news comes on former Thunder player and current Golden State Warrior Kevin Durant's birthday. No word on whether or not that's a coincidence. Reporting live in the studio, Jennifer Falsetti, Fox 25 News.
Hope you're having a real nice Friday, everyone. We still have some rain showers down here in parts of southern and northwest Oklahoma. Oklahoma City right now just getting partly to mostly cloudy skies, and no rain is in the forecast in the metro going south. I should say going north as we head south. A lot of showers down here in south central Oklahoma as you shoot down I-35. Ardmore into Sulphur and Ada. You guys are getting rained on, light to moderate. And we have some light showers over here to the southwest. No rain is expected this evening or even the whole entire weekend in Oklahoma. Then we have a batch and a pocket of some moderate to heavy showers right now, leaving Woodward, heading towards Alva. And pretty soon in the next hour or so, those storms and those showers will be in Kansas. So most of the rain disappears west and south this evening between 8 and 9, but after midnight, some more showers may pop up southwest. High school football this evening, Fox 25 game of the week, Centennial taking on Mount St. Mary's. Temperatures will start off in the 70s, 60s by the fourth quarter and dry skies. 59 tonight, nice normal fall night under mostly cloudy conditions, but it does get hot real soon. October may start off wet. The hottest and wettest days next week on your 7-day in just a few minutes.
A Metro shopping center is shutting down at the end of next month. The company that operates Plaza Mayor, the old Crossroads Mall, making the announcement in just the last hour. In a statement, CRM Properties says it has made countless efforts to make the center a successful retail destination. CRM says low tenancy and lack of activity are contributing factors in the decision. Plaza Mayor will close its doors October 31st.
And new tonight, Oklahoma City police have arrested a man for a shooting. Quayston Norris is now behind bars. Police say the shooting happened in July. This is near Northwest 36th and Villa. The victim is still in critical condition right now.
And now to a developing story. President Trump is vowing to give Puerto Rico all the help it needs in the wake of Hurricane Maria. Aid delivery and distribution have been hampered by logistical challenges, and the administration has faced criticism for its response. Today, the president touted what he called a massive federal mobilization, but he's also raised questions about how to pay for future recovery efforts, citing Puerto Rico's massive debt and its crumbling infrastructure ahead of the storm.
Virtually everything has been wiped out, and we will have to really start all over again. We're literally starting from scratch.
President Trump added that the U.S. and Puerto Rico must continue to discuss how to fund the massive rebuilding effort.
77 other towns that are waiting. They're waiting anxiously and will be very grateful to you and to the American people if you continue to step up to the moral imperative that you've taken on all over the world to help those in need. So help us.
Meanwhile, Puerto Rico's airports are slowly getting back to operation. American Airlines will send its first post-Maria flight from Chicago O'Hare Airport to San Juan International Airport today. It took passengers as well as donations from the Chicago Cubs. The aid includes 10 generators, a case of batteries, and 30 cases of water.
The opioid crisis is hitting hard across the country, but what happens when someone overdoses on a commercial flight?
We've got your back with what airlines are doing to prepare if someone overdoses at 30,000 feet.
And we'll help you make some weekend outdoor plans and when it gets hotter and wetter next week. The Storm Watch forecast is coming up in just a few minutes.
The opioid crisis has had devastating effects across the country, with thousands of lives lost to overdoses despite life-saving options available to first responders.
But what happens when someone overdoses on an airplane at 30,000 feet? As Josie Sturman with our digital news partner Circa found out, that all depends on the airline.
I heard an air hostess ask, is there a doctor on board?
Dr. Anil Punjabi has handled hundreds of emergencies. Nothing like this, though, a heroin overdose in flight.
The person who was sitting in the chair was gray, had blue lips, was not responsive.
In the hospital, Punjabi would have had every tool he needed. At 30,000 feet, he had a medical kit required on U.S. flights.
When I checked the pulse again, I didn't feel a pulse at that time.
But it didn't have the one thing he needed, naloxone or Narcan, the antidote to opioid overdoses. Flight attendants want it on every flight.
We are first responders, and we're the only first responders in this country that don't have access to Narcan to be able to actually save people's life when they are in a drug overdose caused by an opioid.
Right now, airlines by and large don't have the drug on their planes. The company that makes the brand name product Narcan supports adding it. Right now, it's not required.
We said you're required to take a look at it.
Congressman Scott Perry and the House Transportation Committee are asking the FAA to look at issues that come with adding Narcan or naloxone to medical kits. A trade group that reps the airlines tells Circa the consensus is it's not necessary.
This is exploding in our communities. We see it in our neighborhoods. We see it all around us. And the point is are we going to wait until there's a tragedy? That seems foolish.
But even with this life-saving drug on board, it's not going to solve everything. Still, Dr. Punjabi is now fighting to make it available.
If I can use this one incident to prevent something bad from happening in the future or helping others, it's well worth it.
I'm Josie Sturman for Circa.
All right, here's what we have for you tonight on Fox 25 at 7. We have Hell's Kitchen, and then at 8 we have The Exorcist.
Guys, Russell Westbrook walks into some big cash today. He's probably saying, what's the big deal? I told you I was going to do this. I'll explain what I'm talking about next in the Sports Wrap.
We're back with political news. President Trump is focusing tonight on tax reform. His plan is getting mixed reviews between Democrats and Republicans. We've got your back, though, with the latest from Washington. Here's Fox's Joel Waldman.
President Trump reiterating his plan to cut taxes today, saying the proposed cuts for small and medium-sized businesses would be, quote, rocket fuel for the economy.
Is a giant, beautiful, massive, the biggest ever in our country, tax cut.
Selling his new tax reform plan, President Donald Trump addressing the National Association of Manufacturers in Washington, saying his plan will simplify the process and benefit the middle class.
Under our framework, the vast majority of families will be able to file their taxes on a single sheet of paper.
The framework, as it stands now, lowers the corporate tax rate from 35% to 20%. While dropping the rate for small businesses to 25%. It also doubles the standard deduction, reducing the amount of taxed income to $12,000 for individuals and $24,000 for married couples, simultaneously benefiting families by increasing the child tax credit. The White House is struggling to get Democrats on board, as many details still remain unclear.
I think there's a couple Democrats that just have already checked out. In fact, I've had a conversation with some and I've asked them, could you ever support a reduction to the corporate tax rate? And they say no.
The tax plan comes as certain White House officials are under increasing scrutiny for irresponsibly spending taxpayer money on travel for charter planes.
There will be no private air charters at HHS going forward.
And word coming coming out late this afternoon that Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price has resigned from his job. In Washington, Joel Waldman, Fox News.
Good evening, everyone. October does kick off on Sunday, and it's about to get really, really cool. Average high temperatures to start off the month are somewhere in the 70s, lows in the 50s, but by the time we hit Halloween, average temperatures do cool off about 10 degrees, and pretty soon morning lows will be in the 40s. Average rainfall for the month about 3.5 inches. Speaking of rain, we still have some showers down here in southern and northwest Oklahoma. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. Ardmore into Sulphur and Ada. We have a pocket of some light to moderate showers. Not expecting a whole lot of rain accumulation in these showers this evening because they're moving pretty quickly to the north and to the northeast, and a lot of this rain will be fizzling out here in the next few hours. So between 8 and 10 o'clock this evening, whatever showers that we do have out there, west and south, will completely go away. But some brand new showers may form after midnight out to the west. Here comes a cool front that does not make it in here until Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That's the next best chance for all of us to get some more rain. Rain chances this evening out to the west and down to the south. And again, between 8 and 10 o'clock, those showers should be falling apart. Right now, we do see partly to mostly sunny skies to end your Friday all across Oklahoma City. Things are looking good. They feel pretty nice, too. Temperatures right now are in the 70s, but out to the west, down south, it is much cooler where it has been raining on and off today. Right now, we're in the 60s. 70s this evening in Oklahoma City, 11 o'clock 60s. Again, rain mainly south and west. 50s for tonight, and that's how we kick off your weekend, somewhere in the 50s. Tomorrow morning, some spotty showers are possible out west, and we could see off and on showers out west really all day tomorrow with better possibilities in the panhandles. Oklahoma City heading east, dry skies for the whole entire weekend. Starting off about 60s, a nice comfortably cool start, mostly cloudy skies. It stays mostly cloudy to partly sunny all day tomorrow, but it will be pleasantly warm and no rain is in the forecast. Sunday up to 81, gets kind of hot, relatively hot, as we go into Monday. 84 degrees, winds pick up. On Tuesday, you see a small chance of showers, 82 degrees, so it does get warmer, then it gets wetter. By Wednesday, cool front comes in, taking the temperatures down, a real good chance of showers next Wednesday. Thursday, 70s, same thing next Friday.
This is a place I want to be. I love being here. I'm excited about the season. Like I told you guys last year, this is the place I want to be. I love being here. I love the fans. I love the people here. I'm back now to get a chance to simmer down and get everything situated. And obviously now with a few changes, I'm good. I like where I'm at and I like where our team is.
Hello, everybody. That was Russell Westbrook Monday at Thunder Media Day, saying the same thing he had said back in April after the Thunder lost their first-round playoff series against Houston. Well, today he backed up those words by signing an extension with the Oklahoma City Thunder. 5 years, $205 million. Westbrook and his representatives finalizing the deal with Thunder GM Sam Presti this afternoon. The deal starts with the 2018-19 season, so you factor in the $28 million he's due this season. That means he'll receive $233 million over the next 6 seasons, making Westbrook's deal the richest guaranteed contract in NBA history. Do the math, it's an average of $38.8 million a season. Now, Westbrook's coming off a historic MVP season where he averaged a triple-double last season. First player to do that since Oscar Robertson 50 years ago. His 42 triple-doubles surpassing Robertson's record by 1, scoring nearly 32 points a night to go with 10.7 rebounds and 10.4 assists per game. Thunder GM Sam Presti releasing this statement saying Russell's commitment to the Thunder organization since its inception in 2008 has helped propel us to great heights and stare down great challenges over these first decade. We are extremely fortunate to have an athlete, competitor, and person such as Russell wear the Thunder uniform, to have him cement his legacy as a leader as we enter into our 10th season in Oklahoma City is extraordinary. And here's one more thing about Westbrook signing today. September 29th, 1988, Kevin Durant was born. Yes, KD's birthday is today. Coincidence? Who knows? All right, it's Friday, which means high school football takes a big chunk of the sports landscape. The Westbrook news will boost the spirits of everybody tonight, including our Game of the Week teams. Centennial playing at Mount St. Mary's. Just one game we'll be covering tonight. In addition to our game of the week, we'll check out a big Class 2A battle with number 1 Millwood at 7th-ranked Christian Heritage. Falcons giving up just 8 points per game. Christian Heritage scoring 30 a night. Something's got to give in that one. Lawton's at Putnam City. Pirates led by defensive talents of defensive end Ron Tatum, an OU commit. Deer Creek trying to get back on the winning track after losing to Stillwater last week. They got a tough assignment, though, at Midwest City. They're 2nd ranked in Class 6A too. All right, last night, the Green Bay Packers beat the Chicago Bears 35-14, but I'll bet Packer Devontae Adams doesn't remember much of the game. He was knocked out cold after taking that hit from Bears linebacker Danny Trevathan. Replay showed it was a helmet-to-helmet hit, which is outlawed in football these days. Trevathan, who was flagged 15 yards, did apologize. Adams was taken away on a stretcher, but he's home today. He's in concussion protocol, so we'll have to wait and see if he gets back on the football field. Tomorrow we got OSU's game at Texas Tech on the Fox 25 airways. Sam Gannon is headed to Lubbock right now. She'll join Curtis Fitzpatrick and I on the post-game show. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Also, Louisville naming David Padgett as their interim basketball coach today. He replaced Rick Pitino, who's knee-deep in that alleged misdeeds of the FBI corruption case involving college basketball. Of course, the big news, Russell Westbrook signs his extension to stay with Thunder. That's sports.
And we do have lots of fall festivals and Halloween stuff going on this weekend. Well, not maybe a lot, but if you do have things happening, weather will cooperate. Mostly dry skies, highs around 80. Monday and Tuesday, it does get hotter, low to mid 80s. Then a cool front comes in. Pretty good chance of rain showers by next Wednesday and Thursday. The temperatures back to fall-like once again in the 70s.
Awesome.
Love it. All right, so glad that you're with us this evening.
We'll see you right back here for the Fox 25 Primetime News at 9. Have a great night.